Hello everyone, this is Mathematics for Data Science 1, Week 2 assignment questions. So, this is the first question, a multiple choice question. A publishing house purchases a printing machine for rupees 50,000. At the end of 5 years, the value of the machine is supposed to be rupees 10,000 only. If the loss in value is assumed to be linear, then what is the yearly loss that you have to calculate? So, the first step in this problem is to understand the problem graphically. In question, two variables are mentioned. The independent variable, which is the number of years which have passed, and the dependent variable, which is the purchase value of the printing machine. And it actually depends upon the independent variable. The ranges of these variables are also mentioned here. The x-axis represents the independent variable and it ranges from 0, 1, 2 up to 5. On the other hand, the dependent variable is demonstrated in y-axis and it is a range. It has a range which starts from 50,000 and after which was initial value, and after 5 years it is reduced to 10,000 rupees. Now, as the loss in value is assumed to be a linear function, we can actually draw a straight line from the which is 50,000 at t equals to 0 to after 5 years, which is at 10,000 rupees. So, we can draw a line in between these 2 points. This is the straight line which can be drawn. Now, the y-axis represents the value of the machine and x-axis represents the number of years. At x equals to 0, y equals to 50,000, and at x equals to 5, y equals to 10,000. That is actually shown in the solution. So, this is the same diagram which we have seen in the previous slide, and y represents the value of the machine and x represents the number of years after purchasing the machine. When x equals to 0, y equals to 50,000. When x equals to 5, y equals to 10,000. Now, what we apply here is the equation of straight line in its two. So, y that actually says y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1, where x1 and y1 is the x and they are the x coordinates and y coordinates of one point, and the other point has coordinates x2 comma y2, and the straight line passes through these 2 points. Then if you apply algebra and put some and substitute the values which is given in the problem, then you can calculate that y minus 50,000, which is the y1 value, and equals to y2 minus y1, where y2 will obviously be 10,000 and y1 is 50,000. So, 10,000 minus 50,000 is equals to divided by 5 minus 0, where 5 is the x2 x coordinate of the second point and x1 is the x coordinate of the first point, and also x minus x1 will be x minus 0. Now rearranging the equations, we get that y equals minus 8000x plus 50,000. So this is an equation of a straight line with the value of the slope to be minus 8000 and the y-intercept to be 50,000. As the slope determines the rate of change of the reduction in the value of the machine, therefore this will be the yearly loss. Hence the answer is that there will be an yearly loss of 8000 rupees. The y-intercept will be the product value at t equals to 0 or at the time of purchase. Thank you. This is Mathematics for Data Science 1, Week 2, Graded Question Solutions. The question is, a line is represented by 7y equals to 56 minus 8x. If the mirror image is taken with respect to the y-axis, a new line is formed. What will be the equation of this new line? Now, the first step is to draw the x and y axis. X axis is represented with the horizontal line and y axis is represented with the vertical line. Now the equation y equals to 56 minus 8x can be written as y equals to 8 minus x, dividing both sides by 7. For x equals to 0, y equals to 8 and x equals to 7, y equals to 0. Now we can draw the line which connects these coordinates 7, 0 and 0, 8. Now a mirror image is taken according to the question with respect to the y-axis. Now the mirror image will be formed. The mirror image will be a new line is shown here. What will be the coordinates? So here the corresponding coordinate of 7, 0 will be minus 7, 0. Now this is actually in the solution. The AB line, and there is a mirror image taken in along AB dashed, and that is shown in the dashed format, the dashed line. Now if we want to write the equation of AB dashed line, then we can use the intercept form, which shows x by a plus y by b equals to 1. Substituting the values for AB dashed, we get the equation of this line to be x by minus 7 plus y by 8 equals to 1. On rearrangement, we get y equals to 8 by 7x plus 8. Thank you.
Hello. The question is, a sniper is sitting on top of a tower at a height of 60 feet. There are 4 co-workers K, L, M and N standing at a distance of 96 feet, 90 feet, 82 feet and 75 feet. These are respectively from the base of the tower. Height of K, L, M and N are 6 feet, 5.5 feet, 5.7 feet, 5.2 feet respectively. Now, a sniper is sitting on top of this 60 feet tower and he fires a bullet. But the sniper misfires the bullet at an angle theta with the horizontal. So this is a dotted line is a parallel to the horizontal at an angle theta. And since the range covered by the bullet is short, path of the bullet is assumed to be a straight line. Now, tan theta is given to be 2/3. Then we have to select which of the options are correct from the given options. These are the options given to us. We will try to solve this problem now. So the blue color line along y-axis, that is the tower where the sniper is sitting at point S. At the points N, M, L and K, the 4 workers of unequal heights are working. As the tower height is 60 feet, therefore for any straight line containing the tower peak, it will have the y-intercept value equal to 60. The straight line following the path of bullet, is y equals to mx plus 60, where m is the slope of the line. Now m is also equal to the tangent of the angle taken from the ground line. Therefore, path of the bullet, that is in anti-clockwise direction, right? So we are taking the angle at an anti-clockwise direction, hence we take the tangent to be negative. Therefore, tan theta equals to minus 2/3. Hence the slope of this equation becomes tan theta equals to minus 2/3. So y equals to minus 2/3 x plus 60. That is the equation of the straight line. Now, for the bullet to hit a worker, the line should pass through a point whose y coordinate or height of the worker is either equal or less than the basically the path of the bullet should be such that the y coordinate is equal or less than the height of the worker. Also, once the bullet hits a worker, it should not touch the next worker and stays within the first person's body. So here we can see the worker N is standing at 75 feet away at x equals to 75 feet, standing the worker N. So at x equals to 75, y equals to minus 2/3 into 75 plus 60 equals 10. Whereas height of the worker is given to be 6 feet. Therefore, the bullet will not even touch the worker N. But for the next worker who is standing M, he or she is standing at x equals to 82 feet. For that case, y equals to 5.33, which is lower than M's height 5.7 feet. Hence the bullet will hit the worker M, and once it hits him, it will not touch either K or L. Therefore, we do not need to check for others. So from the given options, all the workers are safe except M. Thank you. Hello. The question is, choose the correct options regarding mirror image of a given point. So the options are that point 4, 6 is the mirror image of minus 4, 6 when x-axis is treated as mirror. So when x-axis is treated as a mirror, then like this, and then we have a point 4, 6. Now the question is whether it is the mirror image of minus 4, 6. So minus 4 comma 6 should be in the second quadrant, right? So the first, second, third, fourth quadrant. But the mirror is taken along x-axis, so the image should be at this point, which is 4 comma minus 6. So this option is wrong. The next option is point minus 2 comma 8, whether that is the mirror image of minus 2 comma minus 8. That is this point, when x-axis is treated as a mirror. This is correct. Point minus 2, 8 is the mirror image of 2 comma 8 when x-axis is treated as mirror. That is wrong. But it is point minus 2, 8 is the mirror image of 2 comma 8 when the y-axis is treated as the mirror. This is correct. Similarly, you can see that 0.46 cannot be the mirror image of minus 4 comma minus 6 when x-axis is treated as mirror, and minus 4 comma 6 should not be the mirror image of 4 comma minus 6 when y-axis is treated as a mirror. So the basic rule is that only the ordinate, that is the y coordinate, changes when x-axis is treated as mirror. Similarly, only the sign of abscissa, that is x coordinate, changes when y-axis is treated as a mirror. Therefore, option A, C, E and F, they are incorrect. Thank you. Hello, the question is, a long horizontal piece of wood EF is suspended above the ground. We will come to the diagram later, by two ropes EB and FD, which are tied to two bamboo poles AB and CD of equal length. The bamboo poles are at equal distance from the edge of wooden piece. The bamboo poles are supported by two different ropes, GB and HD. Then you have to choose from the options given. Now, we have drawn the diagram here. There is a long horizontal piece of wood EF suspended, and the two ropes EB and FD. So this is EB and FD. They are tied to two bamboo poles AB and CD of equal length. The bamboo poles are at equal distance from the edge of the wooden piece. The bamboo poles are supported by two different ropes. Now, as it is given that we should know height of the bamboo poles are not given here, whereas from the given options it is given that height of the wooden plank or wood is 3 feet. Now, as it is a 3 feet height, therefore we can take the coordinate of the point E to be x, the x coordinate to be x, and it is at 3 feet from x-axis. Therefore, we get the coordinate of E to be x comma 3. Now, what we have to calculate is the distance of the EF, that is the wooden plank or wood, that is d feet, and another is the distance from the wood to the bamboo pole, which is given by A. Now, one method to calculate A is as coordinate of B is 0, 4, and the slope of the line BE is 45 degree. Therefore, as the angle is given to be 45 degree, therefore we can take the slope of the line to be minus tan 45, that is equals to minus 1. This is because we are calculating the angle clockwise from EB, this is EB, towards AB. If we take the angle anti-clockwise, then we can take tan of 360 degree minus 40 degree equals to minus 1. Also, now by putting the value of minus 1 and equating it with the 2-point form, the definition of slope, that is equals to minus 1 equals to 4 minus 3 divided by 0 minus x, or from there we get x equals to 1. Now we have to go to the later part. Here now we have to consider point A as origin and the distance from A on ground as x-axis. Therefore, the coordinate of the point A, which is origin, is 0, 0, and the y coordinate will be 3 in rectangular coordinate system. Therefore, as it is a 3 unit distance, the coordinate of B will be 0, 4, and the slope of the line is given to be minus 1. Then we can calculate if the coordinate of E is x, 3, then from there we get x equals to 1. And similarly, the coordinate of F also we can calculate, as it is 4, 3 and A equals to 1. Therefore, B also is equals to 4 minus 1, that is equals to 3. Also, from the diagram, the coordinate of the points D and H can be calculated. So, and from there the D value is, coordinate of D is 5, 4 and coordinate of H is 6, 1. Then the slope of the thread DH is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 equals to 1 minus 4 by 6 minus 5. Hence the slope of the thread is equals to minus 3. Thank you. The question is, a line represented by y by 3 minus x by 7 equals to 1. It intersects the x-axis and the y-axis at points A and B respectively. Mirror image of the line taken with x-axis as the mirror intersects the y-axis at point C. Mirror image of the point A with y-axis as the mirror is denoted by D. Then choose the correct options. So we will first draw the diagram of the question. A line represented by y by 3 minus x by 7 equals to 1 intersects the x-axis and the y-axis at point A and B respectively. The mirror image of this line along with the x-axis, that is taken with x-axis as the mirror as shown here, intersects the y-axis at point C. Mirror image of the point A with y-axis as the mirror is denoted by D. Also, B and D are connected. Now we go to the solution of the problem. So let L1, that is y by 3 minus x by 7 equals to 1, represent the line in intercept form. Then the coordinates of the x-intercept is, as we shown, minus 7, 0, and y-intercept is B, that is 0, 3. Mirror image of this line L1 will be the line L2 as shown in the diagram. Mirror image of L1 will be L2. Now, when x-axis is treated as mirror, only the sign of the y coordinate changes. Therefore, coordinate of C is 0, minus 3. Similarly, the coordinate of D is 7, 0. From these points, the equation of the line segment CD can be obtained using the points C and D in the intercept form, that is x by 7 minus of y by minus 3 equals to 1. Now we have shown the options in the question and equation of the line segments, whether it is CD is x by 7 minus y by 3 equals to 1 or DB is parallel to AC. Those options are given. So we have shown in the solution how to correct those options or how to select the correct options. So we will just show you the solution here, right? So the slope of BD can be found using B, that is 0, 3, and D, that is 7, 0. Slope of BD will be y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, that is equals to 0 minus 3 divided by 7 minus 0. Similarly, slope of AC also can be found from the 2-point form, as A coordinate is minus 7 comma 0 and C has a coordinate 0 comma minus 3. Then the slope of AC equals to minus 3 by 7. Now, as slope of AC is equals to minus 3 by 7, slope of BC also can be found, and from there we can check what is the condition of the perpendicularity and whether it is satisfied. So the condition of perpendicularity is m1 into m2 equals to minus 1, and that is the slopes of the two lines. And from there we get that minus 3 by 7 into minus 3 by 7 is not equals to minus 1. Therefore, the line segments AC and CD, they are not perpendicular to each other. And for calculating the area of the geometry ABCD, we can divide it into two subsections. One is the area of triangle ABC and another is area of triangle CBD. And from there, with the formula of half into base into altitude to be equals to area, we get the area of the geometry ABCD to be 2 into 21, that is 42 square units. So 21 unit is the area of each triangle, and as there are two triangles, so 2 into 21 equals to 42 square units. Thank you. Hello. A carom board is a square board with a symmetrical design as shown in the diagram below. E, F, G, H are the midpoints of AD, BA is F, BC is G, and DC or CT is H. Anand wants to pocket his last point, which is at E. Taking the laws of reflection to be applicable, he strikes from the point M so that the striker reflects at F, G, H and E. Choosing D to be origin, you have to choose the correct options. So these are the options given. Now we draw the diagram. So the carom board is a square board with a symmetrical design as shown here. E, F, G, H are the midpoints of AD, AB, BC and CD. Now Anand wants to pocket the last coin, which is at E. What he does is that he strikes the point from the point M so that the striker reflects at F, G, H and again back to E. Choosing D to be origin, you have to choose the options from the ones as shown. Now we solve the problem. So option A is incorrect because the point M comes in path of FE as per the laws of reflection. Option B is correct because using the points we know that E has a coordinate of minus 50, 0, F has a coordinate of minus 100, 50, and from these 2 points we can make an equation of line in 2-point form. Y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1, or from there we can get y equals to minus x minus 50. Since coordinate of M is given, we can put from the straight line equation that x equals to minus 60. Therefore, coordinate of M will be minus 60, 10. Now, option C is incorrect because coordinate of M is minus 60, 10. And option D, we can get the slope of MF, that is equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 equals to 50 minus of 10 divided by minus 100 minus of minus 60. Therefore, slope of MF to be equals to minus 1. Option E is correct because the slopes of FG and GH can be found using the points F to be minus 100, 50, G to be minus 50, 100, H to be 0, 50. Now, the slope of FG can be calculated from the same 2-point form. It is 1, and slope of GH will be equals to minus 1. And as we know, for two lines to be perpendicular, the product of their slope is to be minus 1. As that is satisfied, that condition is satisfied, therefore these two lines are perpendicular. The next option, F, is incorrect, as the equation of line segment GH can be found using the slope intercept form, and the equation of line in this slope intercept form will be y plus x equals to 50, and as we told before, the lines to be perpendicular to each other, therefore the product, this is a very important rule, the product has to be minus 1. You have to remember this. Okay, then comes option G, which is correct, and because we can understand from the figure there are these 2 points. In the 2-point form we can get the coordinates of the H and E. We know H has a coordinate of 0, 50, and E has a coordinate minus 50, 0, and from there we can get y equals to x plus 50. Now, as y coordinate of Q to be 10, the other coordinate also can be found by putting in the line segment HE. Therefore, Q can be obtained as minus 40, 10, and x coordinate of W is minus 10. The other coordinate can be found in the same way. Therefore, W will have a coordinate of minus 10, 40. Hence, W is one of the point in the inner square where the line segment HE intersects. Thank you. Hello. The question is, two buildings A and B are as shown in the diagram. A woman walks out of building B to get some sunshine. How much minimum distance in meters will she have to walk in the right direction of building B according to the given situations? We assume that the right direction of building is positive and ground is x-axis. The first sun ray not blocked by B has a slope of minus 2. This is the first condition. So this is the sun ray and it has a slope of minus 2. Now let us consider the sun ray as a line and the foot of the building B as a origin in the coordinate plane. In that case, the point B has a coordinate 0, 30, and the woman will have a coordinate x, 0, 0, as she is working on the ground, and ground is x-axis, right? Now y represents height of the building, x represents minimum distance travelled. So y equals to mx plus c, and by putting the values, y equals to minus 2x plus 30. Now for ground level, as we told, y equals to 0. Therefore, by putting the value y equals to 0, we get 2x equals to 30 or x equals to 15 meters. So that is answer to first question. Next one is that the first sun ray not blocked by A is also the first sun ray not blocked by B. So there is a second building mentioned here. The building A has a height 50 meters, and the origin of this coordinate plane is the foot of the building A. It is at 25 meter distance from the building B. So the coordinate of A is 0, 50, and the coordinate of B is 25, 30. From 2-point equation of straight line, we can get y minus y1 equals y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. And on solving the above equation for the woman walking on ground, y equals to 0, x equals to 62.5 meters. Therefore, the woman has to travel the distance 62.5 meters minus the distance between two buildings A and B. Therefore, 62.5 minus 25 equals 37.5 meters. Thank you. Hello. The question is Viru represented by V and his horse Dhanno represented by D are running towards each other from their locations, which are the centroids of two different triangles shown in the figure below. The x coordinate xc of the triangle is given by the formula xc equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, where x1, x2, x3 are the x coordinates of the vertices and corresponding formula can be applied for y coordinate also. Now you have to answer the following question. If Viru and Dhanno follow the path dv, then what will tan theta be if theta is the angle which dv line makes with the horizontal? Now using the formula of the centroid, we get x equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, and yc is also similarly. Then the coordinates of d and v can be explained with this following formula: 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3 and 0 plus 4 plus 2 by 3. That will be the coordinate of d, and it is 2, 2. Similarly, coordinate of v will be from the same formula 6, 5. Now, slope of the line segment also can be calculated. Slope of the line segment is tan theta equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 equals to 5 minus 2 by 6 minus 2 equals 3 by 4. That is question A. Now, the next question is, if Viru can run 2 units per minute and Dhanno can run 3 units per minute and they meet at a point M on the line segment dv, what will be the ordinate of M? The distance between the points D and V now can be obtained by the distance formula. dv equals to root over y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square between the 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. From this we can get the dv distance to be 5 units. Now distance travelled by Dhanno and Viru in 1 minute are 3 units and 2 units, which account for this total 5 units. Since they meet at M at the point, so we can consider the travel distance as the ratio in which this line segment dv is divided. So basically, as they are meeting at M, we can divide the line segment dv in the same ratio of their travel distance. Hence, ordinate will be m into y2 plus n into y1 by m plus n. So y equals to 3, that is m, into y2 5 plus 2 into 2 divided by 3 plus 2, that is y equals to 19 by 5. Thank you.